Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to my channel if y'all are new. And if you guys are returning subscribers, welcome back. Yes, I'm at it again with another video for y'all. And this video, I'm going to talk about something that I have not seen or heard any YouTubers who do any kind of traveling talk about. And again, that's what makes me kind of special in my own way, because I like to kind of bring new information to the YouTube universe. And so what that is I was kind of thinking earlier of what kind of a video I should make today. I was very excited to make a video. So before I get into that video, I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what I did today. And so started my day out. I was very amped up. I had a lot of energy, not a lot of energy, but I was very motivated. So I went to donate this morning. Now, I went a little earlier than I normally go because the weather forecast was calling for some rain, a lot of rain throughout the day. And even though probably in certain areas of Houston we did get rain, but not in my area, so that's good. But I was planning on going to donate, and I was gonna smoke a cigar after that because the sun was coming out this morning. So, and I'm looking at the forecast, and it was saying that we were gonna get some good rain, good amount of rain, like starting around 1. And I figured, okay, I'm gonna get done early enough to where I can go smoke my cigar, a shorter cigar. And then I knew I needed to get some groceries today. I absolutely needed to do that. So I was kind of playing with my time on that. And so I successfully got done donating. It wasn't real busy in there, so that was good. And I caught the bus pretty quick, and I hit it, well, because of the rain forecast that was coming about an hour or so after I got done donating. And it was kind of windy, and over the area where I was at, it looked questionable. So I'm just like, well, I'm not really close by my house, so I really don't want to chance it. So I went ahead and went to Walmart, did some grocery shopping and some other stuff. So it started sprinkling. Now I was at the Hobby Airport at the transit center waiting for my bus to go that takes me home and goes towards Walmart. So it was kind of sprinkling a little bit while I was waiting, but not much. It was kind of a little bit here and there. And so got on the bus, and the it looked like it was like overcasting. The skies were getting gray, the wind was picking up. And I'm looking up in the sky. I'm just like seeing like, where is the gray skies? And it looked like it was caught like over by my area. And so I'm kind of just like, well, the chances of the rain isn't really high. And it was coming down kind of a little heavier, but not really like rain. So I was really kind of just seeing if it was going to be a big deal or not. So, because I needed to get groceries, I needed to get them because I didn't really have anything. And so I'm like, well, if I go to Walmart, at the very least, I could just get I can get some rain gear, which for some stupid reason I don't have. So I did buy a year or so ago an umbrella, and then I think I left it on a bus, and I never got one again. So I'm like, well, I can get an umbrella. I can get like rain gear at Walmart. So that way, if it is raining, I'm at least, going to be protected somewhat. But I have to get these groceries because I won't have anything, or any opportunity if I do it later with how the forecast was saying it was supposed to be. So I went ahead and went past my bus stop to my home, and I went, closer to Walmart. And it really didn't rain like that. It was kind of like areas of, heavier, like light rain or whatever like that. By the time I got off the bus over by Walmart, it was sunny, dry, and I went ahead and did it. Now, I was planning on, because I'm like, okay, well, it's a little after 1. It's supposed to be raining any time now. I'm looking at the forecast. It's like 60% chance of rain. I'm like, okay, well, it's probably going to rain any time now. Let me get in and out. I didn't get in and out. And instead, I bought some extra stuff that I needed, that, well, kind of needed, but I was wanting to get other than food, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. I did end up getting rain gear. I was not expecting to spend that much on the rain gear, but they didn't really have much, they didn't have much selection of, like, of umbrellas. Like, they had a bunch of small ones. I'm like, nah, I need something big. And then I needed like a poncho. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on like a full gear and boots, not right then and there. So I did get a poncho, and I did get a big umbrella. So that was good. And then regular grocery stuff that I needed to get, stuff like that. So I made out like a bandit on that. And I stayed in there for a little while. I was probably in there for maybe an hour. I got out, put everything in my backpack, had stuff in my hands. And then I caught the bus, came on back home, and took a shower. Well, put my stuff away, took a shower, and kind of got me, ate a little something, and that was about it. So I was very happy to have done that. Now, I did do one more thing. So there's a YouTuber that I frequent, one of the cigar ones. They have a kind of a upper scale cigar channel that I like to view from time to time, and I'm subscribed to them via email and stuff like that. And I always get all these emails. I get a ton of emails from the cigar companies that I'm subscribed with and stuff like that. I've only purchased from like 2 different companies, but this one, I've been wanting to get something from them. I just haven't. And that was before I actually started going to the cigar shops here locally. So I watched the video, and it must have been meant for me to watch it, because I watched this video and they were talking about the cigar. The video was a new video, but it was about the cigar of the month. And so they both got these cigar of the month boxes, and they opened them up, and they had some really good cigars in them. And I'm just like, wow. And so they're talking about, basically why it's good to get these, especially from them, because it's basically all high-end cigar brands. You get different selections, different sizes, and things of that nature, different strengths, and so on and so forth. But these are like all high-end cigars, These are not, any bougie ones or low, cheap ones. These are all hot, well-known brands, and, really good selections. And so they're getting in them and showing them. It's like, okay. And so I went ahead and I went to their website, because it's been months since I've checked it out. I forgot how much their subscription for their cigars are. And basically you get 5 cigars monthly. They pick them out and all that, and that's it. So what I forgot was how much they are monthly. And it's really good, because basically, yeah, I know I can go get these cigars from my local spot, but like, let's see, when I bought 6 of them, week after last week, I spent like almost, I spent about 70, almost $80. Now, granted, I did get some high-end ones that I wanted, and stuff like that, but if I would have I could have gotten 2 times that amount for less than what I paid for. So I could have basically got 10 cigars and still came out less than what I bought mine from for if I would have, did a subscription. So it's kind of what you want. Like a subscription, they pick them for you. But even though that sounds kind of like, not too good or whatever, it is good, because you're getting high-end brands. Now, I got decent brands. I got some good brands of my own picking, but some of those were like really kind of low end, like price wise, or like the particular what's the word I'm looking for? They weren't the high end of those brands and stuff like that. So some of those, were just kind of the cheaper ones, and that's fine, But so I'm looking at the video and they're talking about their, Cigar of the Month Club subscription, and it's only $35, y'all. 35 bucks with shipping or with taxes, because it's free shipping, which is awesome. So with taxes, and anything has taxes, even here in Houston, you're paying taxes on your stuff. So it's actually a win-win. And I did do comparison with at least one of the companies that I purchased from online, comparing the price, and the price locally versus online, they're mere pennies in difference in prices. So it's not that big of a deal or big difference in the price. So to get, and the thing is, it's cool to kind of do a little mixing, get a couple of what you want locally and still, so you can kind of mix and match. And I find that to be, for a person like me, I like that idea. So I went ahead and I got the subscription for 5 cigars for the subscription, and they're shipped 2-day shipping. So sometime next week I'll be able to get those. And so when I get those in, I'll show you guys. And so yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty excited. So that now will put me at about 9 cigars. Now sometimes, this is one thing that I did find out at least 2 times from a couple of companies that I purchase online. They do give you, and as a first timer, first time buyer, I've noticed they throw in an extra one for you. So one time I bought 5, and they threw in, one company threw in 1, and another company threw in 1. So they give you, little things like that. Sometimes you get stickers, keychain things, so, it's cool to get something extra that you don't expect, you know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of the cool thing with that. So now, because I was really wanting to go get some cigars today. I was really wanting to get some cigars, but this way is better for me. So excited about that. So that kind of transitions into the video that I wanted to make today. So I was kind of thinking of something different. What I don't hear people talking about, what I kind of wish I would hear, but I can bring this to the forefront, which is what I'm not bringing with me versus what I am bringing with me on my travel. So the reason why I was thinking about this is because I've seen a lot of videos, YouTuber that do travel, and something that always irked me that I never really understood, nor did I agree with, but to each his own. But I'm like, well, if that's me, I would not do this. And what that is, the number one thing that I'm not bringing with me on my traveling is American cuisine interests. That's not, whatever. So what that means is, I see a lot of people that go and travel from America, and they're looking for McDonald's, KFCs, stuff like that in like Asian countries or in South America. And I'm like, why leave America if you're just going to go somewhere and do American things, eat cuisines of America? You know what I mean? Like that just really makes no sense to me, and I don't like that. It's just like, when you go to another country and you are trying to do the same things that you would do in America, or expect to do the same things as you would do in America. Like, to me, that just is pointless and it doesn't make any sense. And I personally do not agree with that. Again, to each his own. But I figure for me, my whole thing of leaving America is because of a lot. I mean, and that part of that is, like I said, to be healthier. And so, going to a place, an Asian country, and wanting to eat McDonald's. I don't care if their McDonald's has a different menu. I really don't. It's not, I want to get away from like anything Americanized. I don't really want anything a part of that. Like, there are some things that I may still involve myself with, maybe some music and things like that. But you know, majority, I want to learn something else. I want to try other things. And the thing is, there's a lot of food. I've told you guys about how I enjoy eating food. There's a lot. I mean, I can't get enough Thai food here in America. So why would I be going to some other country like that and wanting to eat burgers, barbecue chicken? It doesn't make much sense. And so leaving those types of things behind is definitely what I plan to do. I want to try, and indulge in and get really get involved with their culture and their cuisines. Maybe not everything, because I'm not a big Thai food, or not Thai food, but I'm not very much. I don't like tofu. Tofu. I've tried it when I was mad young, but it's not something that I enjoy. And so, but like something like mushrooms, I've heard, things about mushrooms and just the way that they're cooked, they're prepared. They don't, so I'm used to how mushrooms are on the pizza. And that's really about it. Those are cooked just basic, but if you go to a place that really, is into the cuisines of stuff, like they know how to cook a lot of different things, then trying mushrooms in a different way might open up my interest to eating something like that. So yeah, like I said, so leaving behind American cuisines is something that I am very eager to do. I will not be bringing that kind of interest with me. I'm not looking to have peanut butter jelly sandwiches there and stuff like that, man. Like, it just, no, none of that. The same with drinks, I'm not looking to do like, well, I don't drink regular milk anyways. I started drinking regular milk years ago. I drink almond milk, but different types of juices. I've been seeing videos and stuff like that, how they're making these juices, and it just looks delicious. So here in America, we have Minute Maid. We have all these unhealthy grocery store type juices, which are not real fruit juice. They're sugary water and a whole bunch of other garbage. So I'm not looking to get Minute Maid or, whatever Sunny Delight and all that garbage, Tropicana. I'm not looking to get any of that kind of stuff. I'm looking to get their versions, their real juices, because they do that there. Everything there is going to be much different. So trying the different fruits that we can't get here in America, fish, that we can't get here in America, like all of that is really what I'm looking forward to doing. So that would be part of what I will be, what I'll be, adding to, or going there or traveling, adding to my traveling and stuff like that. So other things that I'm not taking with me is drama. I'm leaving all negativity, all, bouginess, all, stereotypical ways of America behind. I don't really, I'm an older guy, so I don't, my dress style is the way I dress, you know what I'm saying? Like I dress the same now as I've been dressing, for years and stuff like that. I'm not one that, tries to look, and follow trends and fads and stuff like that. That's why nobody has ever seen me, no tight jeans or anything like that, no tight pants. I don't do it, never will do it. I wear just cargos, baggy pants and stuff like that, hooded sweatshirts, whatever. I don't do like the really big shirts anymore. It's just, I don't find that to be a mature look. So I keep it more, fitting to my body size. I don't do do-rags, bandanas. I don't really do my hats tilted to the side or to the back like I used to. I keep it frontwards, or sometimes I'll do it backwards. But I don't do it cocked to the sides or anything like that anymore. it's just that image I don't want to continue to be portraying. So that kind of stuff, those American images is something that I'm not bringing with me. Um, Slang talk and stuff like that, um, I won't be bringing that kind of stuff with me, obviously. Um, so those are some things, extra things that I'm not going to be taking with me. Got to keep all that drama, behind, because you're going to a place where it's not known for that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they're laid back. They are respectable people and, as a culture, and peaceful, mindful, happy. So all the other garbage, I'm just leaving behind me, and I'll be happily to do that. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to be taking anything like that with me. So basically, any people that I know that I'm going to be cleaning out a lot of stuff in my life, cleaning out my phone numbers, all that kind of stuff. Just trimming off the fat, like I said. What I'm saying, if you're not necessary to me at any point, then I'm not going to continue on keeping you around. Cause like, why? You know what I mean? Um, uh, as far as material things, what I will be bringing with me is, of course, my cigars. That's in my collection. I will be bringing that with me. Video games and stuff like that. I'll be bringing that kind of stuff with me. My skateboard, obviously. My bike is coming with me. Those are things that I can enjoy and do while I'm there. So I'm excited to continue on with that. And just, the whole idea of having my own place with a balcony and just relaxing and being out there looking at, watching the sunset, or, in any day, just, chilling with a cigar, maybe in a lawn chair, cocked back, just being, that is something that I'm really looking forward to doing. And it really kind of excites me, you know what I'm saying? Because for me, and I'm about to be 50 years old, you know what I'm saying? That, I look at that as, kind of a laid back, kind of like relaxing kind of years and stuff like that and everything. So, I like that idea, that thought of me just relaxing, maybe drinking a cocktail or something like that, and just lounging, smoking on a cigar, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that idea, that picture in my mind really excites me, you know what I'm saying? And so I like that, and that's something that I am enjoying. I definitely am looking forward to doing. And of course, bike riding and stuff like that. I want to definitely check out and see, find out, if there's any, not bike lanes, but like bike paths for me to be able to ride my bike and stuff like that. Maybe check out, find out if there's a skate park or places for me to skateboard and stuff like that. That'd be nice. And so my skateboard deck that I have right now is kind of old. It's actually pretty old. So I will most likely be getting a new board. So that way that'll be complete, and that'll be good. I have a Steam Deck handheld gaming system. I will be getting the newer version, the OLED, because I have just the basic one right now, which has been fine. But I'm going to treat myself to the OLED version of that probably, next month for my born day. I think it's time for me to upgrade my Steam Deck, and so getting myself a new Steam Deck is definitely going to be a cool thing for me to do. So that's going to be something, good pastime for me to be able to enjoy. So I'll be doing that. I made a video yesterday. I was talking about, I think my episode that I had, or my mishap that I had with my health insurance. Well, something told me, well, most likely it was the Most High put it in my mind to call and find out about my health insurance, and I did. Turns out I was able to sign up with a special open enrollment because I had I had a job change, and so that actually was good. So I was able to get the same health insurance that I had before, and I figured I got all the questions that I needed out as far as my premium, date and payment, stuff like that. So that's good because I do want to get some new glasses. I need some new glasses because the ones I have that I've had for like 2.5 years, they're just not that good. And I was thinking about it yesterday before I made the call. I'm like, well, if I was to just go ahead and buy these glasses on my own, like outright, they'd be over like $400 some odd, just because of the transitional lenses. I would have to pay so much extra for those. And it's like, I really don't. And plus these ones, they're kind of scratched up, the lenses and stuff like that. And, I just didn't really want to have to put up that kind of money. So I'm at least going to use this insurance to, excuse me, to get some new glasses, and that's going to save me quite a bit of money. Also, paying for therapy on my knee is going to save me a bunch of money as well, as opposed to going to a gym and getting a membership and not doing the right exercises for my knee, just doing something, because like I said yesterday, like I can actually check out stuff on YouTube, but that's general information. That information about working on your knee, if you have a torn ligaments or torn what's it called, I forgot what the heck do I got, torn not ACL, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank, but anyways, for the injury that I have to my knee, I need specific training that is tailored to my knee issue and stuff like that, because I could be doing myself a disservice by doing the wrong exercises just based off of what I don't, I don't really know what I need to be doing. I could be doing stuff that's not good for me, that could be actually injuring, my meniscus tears. That's what I got. 2 meniscus tears in my knee. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of doing physical therapy. That way I can do the right kinds of exercise and the right rehabilitation for my knee. So so getting my insurance back up and running again, big plus. Got that taken care of. And then so that was something good that I did. I don't have a lot of clothes, but I will be going through my things and just, if I've had it for more than a year, I'm just getting rid of it. There's a lot of documents that I don't need anymore, like I've had for many years. It's like I don't need it. Like, copies of leases for apartments like that. I still have that kind of stuff, So old papers and everything like that, getting rid of a lot of that kind of stuff. Anything extra like bags and, I have like bags that I have like, they're not briefcases, but they're like, computer type bags. Like I have just random stuff like that. I had it, for moving purposes. I'm not going to be bringing that with me. So getting rid of that kind of stuff, I'll be taking obviously like pictures and things like that, but silly stuff I'm just not going to be taking with me. Anything extra that that's going to be taking up a lot of space, I'm not going to be taking that kind of stuff with me. Like I have extra skateboarding parts. Like I don't need to take that kind of stuff with me. I just don't. I mean, I haven't used it in many years, and so it's just kind of useless to be taking that kind of stuff. Won't be taking my TV with me. Like I told you guys, all this kind of stuff already. So that's basically how I'm going to be traveling. But I was really, really focused on the fact that I never really hear anybody, talk about, they always are looking for American food when they're going to these places, and it's like, why? I just don't get it. It really makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you just stay in America if you're just gonna want to eat that kind of stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, what also, and see, again, there's a lot of, and for you guys out there that are thinking and considering of traveling, do this, because I noticed there's a ton. So there's the female travelers and then there's the men travelers. I started off this whole ordeal a few years ago watching female travelers. Then I heard of the passport bros, and then I started navigating and just focusing on the men that were traveling from America. What I noticed, and it's not a good look, one guy already got in trouble for this, is it's kind of bad. It's a bad look, because even though I said the men, now there is the men of my background, then there's the other men from other, European, South America, etc. And the problem that I see, that I have with our brothers that are going elsewhere is this. It's the single ones who are going to these places and they are putting out YouTube videos basically being gigolos, being promiscuous, and they are basically, promoting that kind of lifestyle and, just engulfing in that. And I find that to be vulgar. I mean, me personally, it's really just us that are doing that, because when you see the Europeans and other people, other men, they're not going out and doing that same thing. They go to Brazil, they go to South America, to Colombia and DR, and they're not going out there specifically for that, looking to shack up with women and that kind of stuff, and and just exploit them like that. And it's just like it's so American. It's very stereotypical of us that we go because we do that here. Then we go to other countries and do that same thing, and we think that it's cute. We got the females that really kind of buy into that kind of stuff, and and they put this image on these videos for people in America to see. Then we get that idea, oh, okay, we can go there and be a player. And it's just like, you're bringing American, like stereotypical American, like bad stereotypical American, like ways with you. And it's really like the hood ways at that. It's just so, you break it down more and more, it's just like, it's not good. And it just makes us look really bad. So we're going over to these countries, we're putting up these videos portraying this image and this lifestyle of just being promiscuous. And I mean, now obviously, people may know, people may not know, but I'm a very spiritual person. And so I am one who is focused on being in line with scripture and following what the Most High Yah has commanded me to do and to be like. And being, promiscuous and being with all kind of women and not that's not something good. And that's not something that I am for. And, you go to some of these countries that they're culturally, they're not like that either. Younger ones, these younger generation types, maybe they are a little bit more like that, generally, but as a whole, especially like Asia, that country is not like that. Now, Brazil, maybe they're like that. Maybe Colombia's like that. South America, they may be more like that, but, I just don't like that image. I don't like that image. I don't like that at all. I don't like that so many YouTubers that are brothers are going to these places specifically looking for women. They're not trying to, lock anything down as far as long-term wise. They're really just trying to be gigolos, which I call being sluts, male sluts, or male whores. And they're trying to make it seem like it's such a good thing. Like, well, I ain't trying to be with nobody. I'm just trying to mess around. I don't like that. I mean, it's a bad look on our people. It really is. And so a lot of these countries, they're not really liking Americans coming over to their country, specifically us, because we're only going out there for basically one thing, and it's not a good thing. And so I don't like that when YouTubers get on there and they, my brothers get on there and they be doing that kind of stuff. And I don't really care if anybody talks back about, or speaks out against what I'm saying, because I know what I'm saying is in line with scripture and with being righteous. And we need to get back to reality. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. And other countries, they look at us, they judge us because of what we do. And a lot of it is what the media puts out, but we feed into that. We are a spitting image of what the media, the one-sided bias media portrays us as being womanizers, slick talkers, that kind of stuff, which you see these YouTubers, that's what they are doing. They're being slick talkers and stuff like that, and making it seem like, oh, well, I'm living the life. I can be out here. I'm single. They think I'm so attractive. I got money. I don't gotta do nothing but just, lamp with these women and blah, 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 And I'm just like, this is dumb. It's really dumb. It really is dumb. You guys are making us look real bad by doing this, and it's only because it's us. Y'all don't see no Europeans doing this. They aren't getting down like this. You don't see the women, the sisters, going out to these places doing that kind of stuff. It's literally only my brothers. It ain't even Latin people or anything like that. It's so bad that it's just us doing that. And so that is something that I'm not bringing with me on my travel. I'm not even like that, though. You know what I'm saying? I was raised to be a certain way, and I definitely wasn't raised to be that way. And it just makes you think like, wow, so many people just weren't raised good enough, or maybe they were, and they just got older and independent, and they just said, screw the way I was raised. I want to do this. It's ridiculous, to say the very least. And so that is something that I'm not going to be involving myself in. I'm not going to no country or no place to find women and just to sleep around. I'm not like that. I respect myself more to just to be going around giving myself to anybody else or to all these women like that. So I'm definitely not going to be doing that. Now, as I kind of just brushed up on a moment ago, so I was kind of thinking, especially when I was considering Brazil, I was like, well, I wonder, because of my spiritual beliefs and following, how is that going to be? How's that going to affect me traveling? A place like Brazil, they're heavily into, Christianity. They have that big statue out there, which I don't care anything about. But that's a really big tourist site, whatever. And then, of course, going to a place like Asia, they're heavily into, Buddhism and that kind of thing. And I'm just like, well, it goes right back to the saying that I know of, and that's be in the world, but not of the world. So I can still be anywhere I want to be. It doesn't matter what they're doing. I'm not forced to do anything that I don't want to do, and they can't force me to do anything that I don't want to do. And so when it comes to me serving, Yah, and being, set apart and sticking to my morals and my values, my spirituality, keeping my feast days and on my appointed times, still having my Shabbats, Friday evening to Saturday evening. I can still do that within my own dwellings. I don't have to, feel uncomfortable or out of place or feel compelled to do something or, whatever the case may be, because just like I do here in America, I watch, and I have my videos and do my Shabbats via YouTube and stuff like that. And so I could do the same thing anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So none of that's going to be an issue. And so I will be continuing on with that. So I'll also be bringing all of that with me have all my books and everything like that, you know. So I'll still be, you know, involved in my spirituality and, you know, keeping my growth going and everything like that. So those are things that are important to me. And that also goes with the eating, you know, my dietary laws, which is really good. And I'm glad I'm going to be, like I said, you know, leaving American ways behind because, and even though in Asia they do eat a lot of pork, there's more stuff I can eat also, you know, that they do cook, you know, chicken and fish, a lot of fish. And so I don't have to, be so bothered by the cuisines like I am here. You know, stuff is so expensive and I can't get certain things here to where I'm just like, I have a boring, you know, menu normally because I don't have access to so many things here in America. So at least going, you know, when I travel, I'll be able to, you know, have, you know, access to more fish, different types of fish. I could try different fish, stuff like that. And of course, different fruits and vegetables, which I enjoy. And that's another thing that I'm going to really get into. So I'm watching, I was looking at stuff on social media, ton of really awesome information about like natural stuff, fruits and vegetables that have all these benefits for your body, for your heart, for digestion, for for your liver, for detoxification, for mental. And I'm just like, man. And as I'm watching this and hearing all this, I'm like, you know what? This is basically letting me know I can be curing my own self. I don't have to be going to a doctor for anything and being prescribed all these unnecessary pills and stuff like that that are just going to be damaging my insides. And so I was really, and I know that the Asian culture, they're really up on, you know, natural remedies and things like that. So, you know, teas and stuff like that, as opposed to coffee. You know, the herbal part of that is way better. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And so I'm really focused on, you know, getting myself clean internally. 'Cause this is my temple. You know what I'm saying? And I want to live longer. I want to be able to be more healthier so I can live longer and live a more healthier, longer life. So all that kind of stuff is going to be really key for me, guys. And so those are just a few things that I plan on bringing with me. And I'm planning bringing with me and leaving behind as I travel here in the next few months. And so I thought I might bring that to you guys' attention. Like I said, I don't hear too many people. I don't hear anybody talking about these kind of things. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I thought it was kind of important. So I'm gonna leave you all with the question. If you guys are planning on traveling, what are some of the things that you guys are planning to do as far as where you're going? You know, why are you guys wanting to travel? Is there something that you're trying to get away from? Is there things that you wanted to, you know, experience? Like, what is it? What are your reasons of wanting to travel? You know, and just go ahead and leave those in the comment section. And I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I enjoyed bringing this information to y'all. If you guys did enjoy the video, comment, give it a like, subscribe if you guys haven't already subscribed. And also, if you have the ability, which I'm sure you do, hit that notification bell so that way you guys are aware and notified when my videos are uploading. And with that being said, y'all, have a great day. I'm Real King, back at it again, y'all. Take it easy.